All right. Hey guys, I hope everyone is doing well. This is Rudy. Hey, I just watched a video from WildBillforAmerica, and the name of it is Marilyn and Jack. And I normally like WildBillforAmerica. I don't have a problem with him normally. But this particular video, he tells of experiences where he saved a girl from being raped, and he fought off the rapist, and his partner came and saved him, and his partner's name is Jack, and the lady that he saved is Marilyn. And as he's telling the story, he tells about how drugs messed up this lady's life, and because she smoked marijuana, he didn't want anything to do with her, so he left her. And Jack comes in, and I guess while he's fighting the rapist, helps him out and jumps on the rapist. And during the course of the video, he sheds a few tears, and it pulls at your heartstrings that WildBillforAmerica has had these experiences. And at the end, he says, that we're not pushing the war on drugs hard enough, and we need to, push the war on drugs harder. That was basically the message that I got. And while I do have sympathy for WildBillforAmerica and the friends that he's lost, and especially the young lady who died because of, involvement in drugs, and also his partner Jack, WildBillforAmerica ain't the only one that's had close friends and family members die because of involvement with drugs. And I'm not here going to try to pull at your heartstrings. I'm not going to try to make you shed a few tears. But I just from my own personal experience in my life, my brother ruined his life. His name was Robert, and my dad had to take care of him for over 20 years because he overdosed on drugs when he was in high school. And so his whole life was ruined, and my dad devoted his life to taking care of Robert before he finally died of lung and brain cancer. But during that 20 years, he couldn't even order food at a restaurant. People would have to order for him. So I understand what drugs can do. And then not only that, but this isn't something I talk about often, but I've got another brother who's in an insane institution, was originally in a criminally insane institution, and murdered my grandmother, right, when he was hopped up on drugs. So this isn't something I go around telling everybody, right? It's not, but I ain't going to hide it either. The point I want to make is that nobody can tell me anything about the devastation that drugs can do to a family. I know all about it firsthand. And I'm not going to try to pull on your heartstrings like, Wild Bill did, shed a few tears, talk about his potential girlfriend that he left because she did marijuana, and his partner that got killed in a drug accident. But when he pushes that war on drugs, there's a video. It's a 2-hour video. I would like for you guys to go watch it. It's called American War on Drugs, The Last White Hope, or something like that. I'll put that link in the information bar as well. But see, the difference between Wild Bill's, of course he's a sheriff, he's a law enforcement officer, so he wants to protect us, right? And he's got the attitude of he's going to protect us from the bad guys. Well, the bad guys are the government. Who's protecting the drugs, who's distributing the drugs, and who's disseminating the drugs all throughout our society. And so I'm not for doing drugs. I'm not for that. I'm not condoning that. But when it comes to marijuana, which WildBillforAmerica threw in his video and indicated that that was one of the bad drugs that have destroying our society, and he acted like it was responsible for the death of Marilyn and also was responsible for the death of Jack. I would offer that we need to give people the right to choose how they live their life. And if they mess up, right, if they drive while high, or if they're a doctor and they operate on somebody, or the pilot, or whatever the case, they got to pay a penalty. But this idea of having to protect us from ourselves and big government and war on drugs is what is wrong with this country. And so the point I want to make, and I'll make it very quickly, is that I'm not for legalization of hard drugs. I think hard drugs, crack cocaine, PCP, LSD, angel dust, methamphetamines, that does need to be illegal. But when it comes to God's plant, I don't think that should be illegal. I think that people should have the right to choose, and just like they do with alcohol. And the point I want to make is when Wild Bill gets into this attitude of he wants to protect us all and he wants to expand the war on drugs, I have sympathy for what he's been through, and I respect his contributions as a law enforcement officer, but I don't want his protection. I don't want people to protect me, and I don't want bigger government to make more laws and to put nonviolent people, millions, hundreds of thousands of nonviolent people in jail and in prison year after year. I mean, it's just crazy what we're doing to our own society, to nonviolent people that, got a marijuana plant on them. It's just absolutely insane. And I'm not for marijuana. I'm not saying you should go do it. I don't want to be around it myself, but I have enough sense to know that when you put the war on drugs in, and you execute that from government, that nothing but bad things happen, because they are corrupt to the core, and they will use it to promote gang violence and to promote more control over society. So I just wanted to make a quick video, and I'll upload it tonight, and that's all I got to say about that. God bless everyone.